I've seen a lot of confusion in the Atlassian community about what roadmap options people have access to. And that's because, number one, Jira offers a couple built-in roadmap options, and you might not have access to both. Two, Jira Atlassian has also changed the names of these roadmaps over the course of the years. And three, there is a whole set of options that you can also find in the Atlassian marketplace that help bolster the functionality of Jira's built-in roadmap options. So this video will help you detangle all the options, show you what the limitations and benefits are of them, and help you make the best decision about what roadmap option is best for you. There are definite benefits to Jira's built-in roadmaps. There are two options that Jira provides. I'll unpack those in the next slide. However, both of these options, timeline and advanced roadmaps, do offer similar benefits. For one, you can work with your nested Jira data, albeit timeline does have a more limited amount of drill downs than the advanced roadmaps, but both do provide you with the capacity to show things on an epic, story, or task level, which is really helpful because you're obviously setting up and structuring your data in Jira for a reason, and you want to be able to visualize that data very clearly, which brings me to the fact that number two, both of them allow you to visualize your source of truth with clarity. So it's great for sharing your project plans in a visual way to people who also are using Jira. Three, they're also great for planning dependencies or communicating dependencies, otherwise known as critical paths. However, both of these options do have some key differences, and I will unpack those now. So let's first of all talk about Jira's timeline option, formerly known as basic roadmaps. You might still see documentation in the Atlassian ecosystem talking about basic roadmaps. That's really timeline. This is available even if you have the free version of Jira. So everyone has access to timeline. It's really easy to get started with. It used to be called basic roadmaps for a reason, super simple, and they allow you to share your roadmap with anyone who's using Jira. However, you can't show your entire issue hierarchy. I will dive a little bit more into this when I unpack timeline a little bit more and show you how to access it, but you cannot drill down to the subtask level. Similarly, you can also only visualize one Jira project at a time. So you can't show a big master roadmap of multiple Jira projects, and you also, like I said, can't drill down to the subtask level. It also, timeline does not allow you to visualize milestones as well, so that is another limitation to be aware of. Advanced roadmaps. Now, advanced roadmaps is not available to all Jira users. You actually do need Jira Premium or Enterprise, which is more expensive than the timeline option. I'll go into a add-on in the marketplace, Visor, which allows you to use a lot of the advanced features that are available in advanced roadmaps for free. So there are ways to kind of circumvent what is not available in timeline, but is available in advanced roadmaps. But for right now, I'll just compare the two. So advanced roadmaps, it's called advanced roadmaps for a reason. You might need some training. And similar to timeline, you can only share your advanced roadmaps with people who are also using Jira. Unlike timeline, you can show the entire issue hierarchy, even down to the subtask level. And unlike Jira Timeline, advanced roadmaps allows you to visualize multiple Jira projects in one roadmap. And this is a really key difference. However, both timeline and advanced roadmaps do not offer milestones. This is not something that currently Atlassian, as of May 2024, offers with their built-in roadmap options. So if that is a deal breaker for you, you might want to look into other options in the marketplace. So if you have been in the Atlassian marketplace, you might have noticed there are a lot of apps. There's, I believe, over 5,000 apps. It can be a little overwhelming. And one thing to know about a lot of these apps is that they're actually Jira plugins. And with Jira plugins, you need to buy a license for every single person who also has a Jira license. And that can be pretty costly. I will later on in this video show you Visor, which is where I work. We are not a plugin, and so therefore you only have to buy licenses for the people who you want to be making and editing Jira roadmaps. I will get into that later, but first let's continue on and talk about the built-in Jira roadmaps, timeline, and advanced roadmaps. So let's dive into the free Jira built-in roadmap option, Timeline. I will even show you how to access this in Jira, but first let's do a quick overview. For one, this is what Atlassian had to say about why they created Timeline, or the use case rather that they see for Timeline, which by the way used to be called Basic Roadmaps. So they said the Basic Roadmaps feature on Jira Software Cloud is targeted at a single software team with one project per roadmap. And that's in Atlassian's own words. So it's really, really great for that use case, but there are limitations, right? As I mentioned, you can't drill down to the subtask level. You can't pull in more than one Jira project. There are no milestones. You also can only share with other folks who are using Jira. And there's also just not a lot of color coding options. So there are limitations, but it is actually really good for people who are on the free Jira plan, who are beginner Jira users, and have a more basic one Jira project roadmap that they want to visualize, and they don't really care about showing down to the subtask level. So how do you access it? Let's dive in and I'll show you how easy it is to use Jira Timeline. Now, accessing Jira's timeline is super easy. The marketing team at Visor, for instance, uses Jira all the time. We have our content engine in this Kanban board. But all I have to do is click over to Timeline and I can visualize it as a timeline roadmap. Now, this is a very basic board without a lot of hierarchies, but if I head over to, a more engineering-centric one, I can see even dependencies, can get visualized. It's a very simple way of being able to share a roadmap. However, you might notice that when I look down, I can see epics and I can see tasks, but Timeline does not show me any subtasks. So that is a limitation, and it is also only showing me data from one Jira project. Now let's move on to the Jira Advanced Roadmaps option, the more premium built-in feature that Jira offers. Again, you need premium or enterprise Jira licenses to access. You also can't put in or visualize milestones. You only can share these roadmaps to people who are using Jira, and there's also not tons of color coding options. However, there are more options in general than Timeline offers. So you can drill down to the subtask level, and you also can pull in more than one Jira project, which is really awesome. So let me show you how to do that and how to access Jira Advanced Roadmaps, provided that you are on a premium or enterprise plan. So if you want to create an advanced Jira roadmap in Jira, then you are going to want to go on Plans and then Create Plan. I would name it something better than this, but I will name it Becky's Awesome Roadmap. I would initially make it private so that other people in Jira don't see it until it is exactly the way I want it to be. Although you can always change that access level to open so that all plan users can view and edit the plan. You can also restrict the access later. But I'm going to start off with private. And so then you can add work to your plan. And so you can add issues from a board, from a project. You can even add in filters, although you can also do that later. So this is one of the key differentiations between Jira Advanced Roadmaps and Jira Timeline. Being able to pull in from multiple Jira projects is really the reason why a lot of people even upgrade to Jira Premium in order to have this functionality. Now, I will show you how to also do this in Visor, and you can do that even if you don't have Jira Premium or Enterprise, but this option is a great one if you are already on those higher premium levels within Jira. And so as you can see, I have multiple issues or I should say multiple projects pulling in issues. So I am going to be able to create a really robust, high-level view of all of the work being done across all these different Jira projects in one roadmap. Now, as you can see, this roadmap is robust. I pulled in a lot of different Jira projects. And I also, when I drill down, I can, on top of seeing things at the task level, also see at the subtask level. So those are like the being able to pull in multiple Jira projects and being able to drill down are really the X factors for advanced roadmaps. I can also visualize critical paths, and I can share with other people who are also in Jira. Now, this option does not allow for milestones. And like I mentioned, you can't share with external stakeholders, people not using Jira. So this next option, Visor, I'm going to show you. It's really easy. It's free to get started with. And you can create roadmaps that you can share with anyone and do a lot of the things that also Advanced Roadmaps offers. So let's get started. So I will go into what Visor is good for. First of all, you can share your Jira roadmap with people who don't even use Jira. This might be your CEO, another team that's not in Jira, or a client that doesn't have access to your Jira instance. You can create a roadmap that is completely in sync with your Jira data and accessible to whomever you choose. Also, Jira users who want to add milestones to roadmaps might want to check out Visor. We have that feature. Also, if you don't have access to advanced roadmaps because you're not on Jira Premium or Enterprise, you can get a lot of those features that are in advanced roadmaps in Visor, including being able to drill down to the subtask level and being able to visualize multiple Jira projects in one roadmap. And then lastly, Jira users who want to color code their roadmaps in a more specific way, I think you'll have a lot of fun with Visor's formatting options. So I will have a disclaimer. Visor right now is working on critical path dependencies. It's supposed to launch roughly July 2024. If you're watching this video before then, come register for free. We'll let you know when we have this. Visor, by the way, is always free to register for, and even you can make a free roadmap with Visor. No credit card needed, so that's really fun. But if you're watching this after the summer of 2024, then feel free to add your dependencies. I will also say that Visor, it is a separate app, so it's not a built-in Jira feature or a built-in Jira plugin. So that is actually one of our benefits, though, because that's why you're able to share your roadmaps with whoever you want, and you don't really have to pay for all the people who use Jira. You just have to pay for the people who are editing a roadmap. So like I said, you can share your Jira roadmaps with really anyone in Visor, and I'm going to show you how. First of all, Visor offers a bi-directional Jira integration. So you can have two-way syncing with Jira, which allows you to not only import your Jira data, but you also, if you want to, can choose to make changes in Visor to your data and push it back out to Jira. We'll only do that when you actually hit the sync button, so it doesn't happen automatically. You always have control with what's going on with your data in Visor, but that's an option. If you're only wanting to visualize your Jira data, then you also can just choose a one-way sync option. Now, Visor is actually a spreadsheet-inspired workspace. So yes, we do have a roadmap. I'll get to that in a moment. But the backbone of our program is a spreadsheet because number one, everyone knows how to use a spreadsheet. It's super familiar. And then number two, when you import your Jira data, you'll see in the spreadsheet, the nesting is maintained. And this is even down to the subtask level. So if you remember, that's something that normally you can only do with Jira Advanced Roadmaps. Visor will honor all of your structure of all your Jira data. Visor also has a JQL importer, which allows you to import more than one Jira project into a roadmap. Again, that was a more advanced roadmap feature. Even if you're on the free Jira plan or you're not on the premium plan, you can still do this. And you can add milestones, which is something that currently Jira does not provide in either of their built-in roadmap features. Now, another crucial thing about Visor is that we offer really specific color coding options. You can put the exact, color coding that you want so that it's on brand, or just using whatever colors you see fit to communicate urgency or whatever it is that you want to communicate with color. We also have filtering, and very easy filtering, and this is really crucial because Visor makes it so easy to create tons of different views of the same Jira data for different audiences. So I can create one roadmap that is just for my CEO. I can, in then just a few clicks, create another roadmap that is maybe a little more granular and it's for the engineering team. I'm going to go into Visor now and show you what I mean, but it's super simple and a very easy way to create different views for different audiences using accurate Jira data. So Visor allows you to import your Jira data and visualize it in a roadmap along with other visualizations. So you can, like I mentioned, also add milestones. This is what that diamond is representing. And you can even change the dates around your roadmap in Visor. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to push that data back out to Jira, you can. Or you could just play around with seeing what different scenarios look like. Now, Visor does offer this Gantt roadmap option, but we also have other visualizations as well. The spreadsheet is really the backbone of our workspace. And as you can see here, it's very colorful. We have imported tons of different data from Jira, which is represented up here. Even people's photos are imported. So it feels and functions a lot like Jira. When you import your Jira data, we're even importing the drop-down choices that are available in Jira. If you want to add custom fields to your Visor workbook that stay in Visor and aren't Jira custom fields that you're adding, you can do that. So here's an example of a workbook that was shared with the CEO. So the CEO can add her interest level and decide what things she would like to get worked on. This is not something you necessarily want in Jira, but it's really helpful to have this data augmenting the Jira data. Now, I had mentioned filters, and this is really crucial. So this right here, this roadmap, is you can have it filtered by, in this case, CEO interest level. You could make a roadmap that's like for the product team that says, hey, this is what the CEO has decided that they want as a top priority, or you can disclude that. So whatever fields you have, you can filter the selections from those fields. And you can also choose the exact formatting that you want all the way down to the RGB level for whatever field you want. So in this case, if I have issue type or labels, I can choose the formatting really easily. Now, as I also mentioned, for sync and import, you're always in control of what gets imported and also what gets synced back to Jira. So Visor is not going to do anything unless you explicitly ask it to, because we know how important it is that your source of truth, Jira, stays accurate, and therefore you really are in the driver's seat in terms of what data gets pushed back and forth.
And that's it. I hope this video helped you detangle all the different Jira roadmap options. You can find more information on the Visor blog, where I unpack all of this and more. You can also register for free at visor.us and make a Jira roadmap today. Let me know what you think in the comments of Visor, or what tools you use for Jira roadmaps. I'd love to hear from you. Have an awesome day.